Hello everybody, it's Barbie back again working on our little folio. Just wanted to check back in with you real quick. This is the last project we worked on, and I just wanted to show you I used a stencil and went around the edge of it because I felt like it was just too bland. This is a little stencil I used. It looks like the stencils from the Tim Holtz, although the stencil doesn't have anything on it, but it looks like the stencil from the Tim Holtz little die cuts, the flowers, wildflowers, I believe it is. Anyhow, I thought this would look good on there, so I used that along with my frayed burlap and just stenciled lightly around the edge. As you can see, then I added some little extra butterflies and encroached them onto the acetate, which I thought kind of got it all married together. Now, this flap here, this is what I've come up for that. Put that aside here. I found this cute little squirrel in a book called The Underbridge. I believe that's the name of it. Anyhow, it's a... Well, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I should have had it over here. Because you might want to use that book. Hold on a minute. I got so much stuff piled up here. I don't know if I can find it quick enough here. No. Found everything but that one. The Undercliff, that's it. I did find it finally. Sorry. This is, whoop, there goes a book. Okay, this is the book I used by Elaine Franks, The Undercliff, and it's a sketchbook, and it's got some really pretty pictures in it. Most of them are really large, like that right there. But you can use some of them. Like that's really too big. But you can use some of them. Like that little bird you could use. You could use a portion of that for a tag or whatever. And again, that as well. That would make something pretty too. Just using it as a background. And look at that bird. Anyhow. Oh, and that little mouse is too cute. I want to paint that mouse. And for an artist, I mean, this is really a good book as well if you want to do some paintings, because you got all these different views that you could use that. Anyhow, just want to let you see in case it would be a book you might want to purchase. I would highly recommend it. And so let's move on here. I want to get several things done. I've got several things lined up. My thought is on this right here, this is a Graphic Fairy premium membership paper right here. But you could use anything. I just like this pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And you know, we've got to be mindful of that we only have so much space in this folio, because when that book cover closes, you can't alligator mouth it. So I'm trying to make everything as thin as possible. I'm not doing a lot of bulky things, just because I would rather do flatter, thinner things and get more interest in there than doing one or two bulky things, if that makes sense. That's my thought. I just wanted some color back here. I just thought it would be a nice little surprise to open this up and see this cute little squirrel. So that was my thought. I gotta get a book page here. I'm just using my glue stick for this. seems to work the best for sticking down this type of thing. And you can always come back, and if you've missed any little edges, use your other glue, or I like to use the glitter glue to stick down the edges if necessary. Okay, now I have to kind of get this balanced as much as I can, as it barely fits on there, but it does. The little whisker sticks over a little bit, but that's no biggie. I'm going to have to restick that. The bottom wasn't straight. So you can see if you get to it soon enough, you can restick it. I didn't make sure the bottom was straight because that's what I have to go by, is the bottom. There. And I'll come back later if there's anything sticking over like this right here. I'll go ahead and clip that off, or I can do it right now, I guess, before I forget it. I just don't want those little white stickers, those little white whiskers sticking out. I can't talk. Okay, I think that's really cute. And again, it didn't add any bulk to it to speak of, but it just gave us some interest there. Okay, now on this bottom section down here, what had I decided to do? I've got my 2 cards made for it. I don't remember if I made those on screen or not, but they were just straightforward cards. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, we have a pocket here and a pocket here. And I'm thinking that I would like to glue this here, here, and here, so I can utilize a pocket underneath here. That's what I'm thinking. So if I do that, I probably need to punch out where's my hole punch? I guess this will work. So this is the card I have for it. So if I, instead of sticking the card in this slot here, if I stick the card underneath, like so, then I need a hole punched out here. Yep. I'm just going to put it about right there. About right there. Yep. I'm going to punch it all the way through. Both, in other words, both levels. And I'm just going to make a little sliver. This punch has been giving me problems, so it's probably not going to go all the way through. There you go. Okay, so I could put that underneath there and then have something that I can put in here where you can see there's also something in there. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's get this glued down here. Now for that, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. This Fabri-Tac needed some thinning down. But it makes it really smelly for a while, and I meant to do that last night and I forgot, so I don't want to do it while I have to breathe that strong odor. I'm working on this, so I'm not going to do it at this moment. Okay. Let's see if we can get this done. I got some other ideas I want to run past you, what I'm thinking about doing. I want to keep this as close to the edge as possible so I don't diminish my space I have available for a tag or whatever I'm going to put in there. I'm not going to put it exactly all the way up to the top. I've got plenty of space. I just want it fairly straight. Okay. There, works out good. So I could put that in there. Oops, not a good idea, Barbara. Gotta let it dry. All right, while that's drying, I'll put this on here real quick just because I disturbed that. There, that'll help it kind of dry. Okay, let me set that aside. This is what I came up with for my other two tags. One for the upper and one for the lower. And I got it offset a little bit so that, as you can see, they're offset a bit, the tabs are. I don't remember if I did that on video or not, so it's nothing, it just cut it out of my collage sheets. Okay. Let's move on here. Okay, those are good. Now, this is what I was thinking. Where's my board? Get my lid on here. I haven't had one cup of coffee yet, so I'm kind of scattered this morning. Had to take care of business. Not what I like to do before I have my coffee, I'll tell you that. Okay, I was thinking to myself, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I don't know if you've heard of some people are doing like writing boards, what they call writing boards. And that is basically, if you want to journal, let's say, in a journal, and it has all kinds of pockets and everything, you can use this writing board underneath, like so, on a page you would want to journal on. And it just makes it a nice smooth surface to write. So I thought, well, this is a folio. It might be good to put a writing board in here. So that's what I'm going to put right there. And I had this beautiful vintage painting that is in one of my vintage kits. And I thought this would be a perfect place. I only had to trim it just a little bit. And what I did is printed it off on my 60-pound cardstock, which made it nice and sturdy. And it already had that on the back, but of course it needs to have some substance to it. And I also found this on Graphic Berry, on the premium site. But any paper you might want to put on there would be fine. And then this is a piece of book board that I had. You can use a cereal box or anything, any kind of little bit on the stiffer side cardboard, and cut it all the same size, and then we're going to glue it all together. And I don't know if I can stitch through this whole thing. I don't think I can. So my thought was I would stitched through it before, but that's not necessary. I don't think I'm going to stitch through it at all. Let's just go ahead and get it glued down. You can overthink this stuff, which I do a lot of times. I just, you know, I may sit here and contemplate this thing for way too long. So doing these videos kind of helps me to move on with something rather than just spend so much time debating in my mind what I'm going to do and not do. So I've got to get that real close to the edge. Move that out of the way. Make sure that's good and down and all the air bubbles are out. Okay, let's do the other one. I was thinking about, I ordered some, I was watching Tracy Fox, and she was doing some really interesting things with coin protectors. The plastic coin protectors that are like little plastic round box or containers. So I thought, well, I might have to do that. I've got some regular coin protectors, the cardboard kind. And I was thinking about using too. Okay, there was someplace here it wasn't stuck down all the way. This is the time you get out this type of glue. Get the corners, anything that's kind of loose coming up or isn't real tight. That's why I like to sew around these things, just because I know then that this is all adhered good. I may get brave and see if I can sew around it, but I have to change my bobbin out, and I don't want to do that while I'm videoing. It takes too long. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now that we have that done, I think I'm going to ink around it. It's because it has the cardboard, you can see. Looks like it needs to be trimmed just slightly. Just a little bit right there. There you go. There's a little one there too. You can't ink it if this is sticking out a little bit. When you try to ink it, it just won't ink. Okay. Hope y'all are all doing well and are having fun crafting. I know I am. The weather's gotten nice and cool here, and a bit of fall in the air, and it's been really nice. We have to enjoy the few days that we get that is just perfect here, and it's either over the top hot or over the top cold, seems like. plane. I know other places get a lot colder than us. Probably not a lot hotter, but a lot colder. Okay, there's our little board. I'm excited about that little prospect. So I'll stick that over there. And next thing I'd like to do is to grab one of my signatures here and think about starting to work on the inside. Now, I found some of these really pretty papers. J. Lee Lou, I believe, is the name of the digitals. J. Lee Lou. I'll put a link down at the bottom if I don't forget. I should have a reminder here someplace. Where's it at? Yeah, here it is. Let me make a little reminder real quick to put her link down below in case you'd like to grab her digitals. Video. Okay, I got it. Okay. Anyhow, she has all kinds of little really neat vintage looking, and I printed this out on tea-dyed paper, which makes it even more vintage looking. And that way it's this tea-dyed copy paper, so that way it's nice and loose. I mean, oh my goodness, I don't drink some more coffee, I'm not going to be able to talk. It's not bulky. So my thought was, it's pretty on both sides. You can use it for note-taking, just fold it in half or whatever, and stick it in pockets. And so that's what I'm going to kind of incorporate throughout this. And I printed these, instead of on a full page, which you can do too, I printed on a 5x7 printout. So I got 2 of these per page. So that's kind of my idea on that little deal. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is this. This was something I got out of my stash, and all it is an envelope. So I'm not going to do it on screen because it's simple. Any size envelope you have, trash mail or whatever. This was just happened to be an envelope that hadn't been used. It was in my stash. And all I did was take it and fold it like so, which is this part here, and then I glued it here and here, and then I embellished it there. And the same here, I put some old book page, and of course I put that on before I glued this down, and then whatever other embellishments you want, and then I clipped open the top so it'd make a pocket. And so I thought this would be a good application to use this idea right here. And I already had this tag. Again, it was from some of my digitals I had done. I think it's I think this is from the digital. It's in my Etsy shop, I'm pretty sure. So I just made a little tag out of it, did a snippet for the top, and stitched it on, put a little butterfly on there, and opened that up. This right here was another little seed packet I had from, I think it's Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. I'm pretty sure that's from her kit. But again, I have several of these seed packets. The old design shop, I think, as well has some of these. So, you know, you can find those anywhere. Again, this is from the Graphic Fairy, and it's a vintage etching, and they are just gorgeous. I printed it wrong on one side, so I need to cover that. These are the other ones. And they're just, I don't think the cameras even picks up how beautiful they are. They're so dimensional. They're just beautiful. Anyhow, so I thought I need to use that someplace in this journal. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down right now. Let's see, I think I'll use my art glitter glue. Since this paper is so close to the color of the envelope, I thought it'd be a good place to use it. to make sure I get it close to the edge. Okay, that page done. And again, I'm going to just stick this in for right now, just so I can kind of mark the place for it. And also that as I'm going through, I don't want to get too bulky, so I need to put my items in there that I want in there. That way I can determine if it's going to get too bulky before I keep gluing. So my thought is that now these I put in, and I think I described it before, it's out of a little notebook, but they look vintage, so I put some pages in there like that for some little journaling spots. Places like this, I would probably just come back and we'll do a little bird cutout or something then, and just to put something on there, or stamp or whatever. But right now I want to get the bulk in there. I want to decide how much bulk I can get away with. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the back. I got this, which I had shown the other day on a earlier video. And it's a piece of packing. It was already this shape. And I just glued a piece of paper on top and put my little eyelet in there. And then this is one of my printouts that I had done. It's in my ephemera kit. Just backed it with some, I believe that's 42 in market or 47 in market. I can't remember. Paper pad, I'm pretty sure it is. So before, let me explain this real quick in case you got questions. I opened up my packing all the way and put my backing in there. Then I closed it back and glued it across here. So, and just leaving it open here. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is leave this as a little bit of a tab. Not much. Because we got to think about the... No, I'm not going to leave it as a tab. I'm going to just almost to the edge. Sticking over just a little bit. Because of the book binding is going to be over here, and I don't want it sticking out too much. So I better pull it in. I better pull it all the way in. Yeah. Got to think about those things. When I was first starting out with doing this, that was my greatest frustration, is because I wasn't thinking ahead far enough. And if I could say, I'm off camera, if I could say anything about this process is, it just takes time and experience to not make those mistakes. And even after you're experienced, you still make them if you don't think ahead far enough. But you got to think about everything. And that's what this little Craft With Me is about. I'm trying to share my experience with doing this. And I'm not that experienced that, I've been doing it for maybe a year. So, but the things I have learned and the mistakes I have made is something I wanted to share. Because it's very frustrating when you get everything just the way you want it and you realize it's on backwards, or it's something silly, or it's something like that right there, and you can't close your book. So every time I do a journal, I learn something new. And you will too. Okay. That's that. So we got... Because I have already put this bulky thing here, I don't think I'm going to put anything here at the moment anyhow. Okay. Now I've already got this in on the other one. Just took a piece of fabric. And this was the little pocket that we did. And because I have it on both sides, I just wanted to have it as a slide-in tag, so to speak. And I stitched all the way around it and around the opening on both sides. And so I did the stitching before. That way I could go across the top and down the sides and stitch all the way around. And then I stitched this shut. And again, the same thing I did. I stitched all the way around here. And on this side too. Now this side's sort of messy, so I used my Distress ink and kind of inked up the to blend it in a little bit more. But that's the way it is when you stitch on paper. One side looks beautiful, the other side's a little bit messier. So if that bothers you, you need to consider that and do your stitching appropriately. Okay, so this is done. And there's the little belly band for it. Now, for this belly band, I want to put some little something on there. I was thinking about that, but it's too big. I'll use it someplace else. All right, in the meantime, we'll move on. I'll come up with something on that. Haven't decided yet what I want to use. I've got all kinds of stuff over here. Okay. I wanted to put something on here. Let's see what I've got. Oh. I had this little glassine bag, and I was thinking that would make a real light, small piece of ephemera. And I made some big tags and some smaller tags. I want to do some tag layering. Let me see if this will fit in there. Barely. And I did want to have some things hanging out the top just for interest. So that might work good there. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue this down. So what I'm doing right now is I want to just get the basic pockets in here. And then we can come back if I decide I want to embellish something even further. I've got the basic bulk in, is what I guess I'm trying to say. And then I can decide how much more bulk I can put in there. So this would be the step I would take before I actually finish up my book. If that makes sense. Okay, this will look a little wrinkly until it dries, but it'll dry out. It'll straighten out once it gets dry, totally dry. Okay, we got that done. And I was thinking that something like this would be pretty on top of there. That way, let's see what kind of tags I have here. I have numerous tags. I could make any number of tags. I've got plenty stuff to make tags out of. I was thinking about using that for a belly band someplace. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this on here. Yeah, okay. No, I'm not. The reason being is, like I said, we need to get the bases in here. I want to jump ahead always and finish up a page. So I also have this other tag. This is a tag I had made at an earlier date. And that might work in there. Yeah, see how that's hanging out the top? I like that. If you don't like that, well then, change it appropriately. But I'm going to leave that in there just because that'll give us our bulk that I'll know what to do there. Okay. Now, these have to be done for sure because I've already got them glued. And again, something like this could go in there. Just something small, and then you could take, this is what my thought was, and then put one of these little sweet pieces of paper there. And that's enough to decorate it up. I'm going to collage this area here to strengthen this paper because this paper is not real strong. So let's do that. Let's get some collaging done. Let me get my box of pieces of paper out. Whoops. Something hit the dirt here. Let me see what I've got. I don't think that was the collage paper I wanted. No, that's not it. Although there's a few things there. It's this other box. Let me get that out. Okay, I'm going to be putting this off to the side just because it doesn't need to be necessarily in the video, but I need to get this out of the way. I found these in my stash too. I don't know if I can use that or not, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, this is just a matter of taking some pieces of paper. Here's some vintage dictionary page I have. Okay, where's my tear ruler? No matter how big my space is, I think I have. It still isn't big enough. I guess I need to move some stuff out of the way. Yeah, there you go. I can't stand to be crowded. See how brittle that is? It works all right for using for collage or something you're going to glue down, but it's too brittle to actually use as a pocket. That's my opinion anyhow. Now when I do something like this, I usually don't glue it down right away. I wanna, you know, get some different layers going and decide if I like those layers before I actually glue it down. So and the other thing I try to think about is the fact that I can't tear paper. Yeah, I like to think about if I put down a, let's say, a print, then if I put down another print, I can't have it too busy. And if I put down another piece of paper, I might want to offset it and make it a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, because you want to kind of stack your layers up. And so basically what I do is just taking some different things, and such as this right here. Now, because this is a narrow strip, I'm going to have to stay within that strip. Let's see how that might work. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. One other thing I might want to check out before I decide on that for sure. Let me see about this blue. This blue paper is already, this is from my other kit called Blue, which I haven't finished yet, but I like the colors in it. So rather than that, what if we do this? Kind of like that. I like that better. Okay. Now that I've determined that aspect, I'm going to go ahead and start putting it down. This has more print on it, so I think I'll use that side. Okay, I have to be careful about using this glue stick on this fragile paper. See? It don't take much. But it don't hurt. Stuck on my finger. So okay, let's see. Now it was folded. Tear that one. It was folded. I didn't realize it was folded. All right, I've got two pieces here. I think I'm going to move it over a bit like that. This is going to be tricky too. I've already tore it a little bit, so it's going to probably tear. Okay. Now let's see if this is the final thing. Make sure that's good and stuck down. Okay, let's see if this is what I really want. I'm not liking that for some reason. What if I do something like this? Oh yeah, that's better. Let me see if I can find something now. I need something long and skinny. Like that. A bunch of little pieces of paper here, but could use some of that. Let's see, this is real thick. I don't know if I can tear it or not. I'll try it. Oh yeah, it tears good. Oh yeah, that's what it needed. Just a little bit of a lighter touch. I think I'm going to pull it up like like that. Yep. But looks like maybe I need just a little bit of something on this white edge to emphasize that edge a bit. Now just because I didn't tear but one side, that's okay too. You don't have to tear all the sides. Okay. This is thicker paper. So when I use thicker paper, I like to use a stronger glue. If it's thin paper, the glue stick works fine. It's my rule. It isn't a hard, fast rule. I mean, successful people use all different kinds, but that's what I do. That's my thought. See, I want to see both. There you go. Okay. Now that I got that on there, it's really sturdied up this whole thing here, but I want to put something down here on the bottom. So I think I'm going to use this piece right here. And then that picks up the blue over here, picks up the blue there. And this is a page out of the Reader's Digest. So I'm thinking about using that. Or I could use that one. Oh, that one's kind of cute. I might use that. I have a bunch of this. I was testing out my kit pages, and so I have a bunch of this different patterns that didn't make the cut. So I need to use it. Now I'm going to keep it, see I cut this at an angle here so it wouldn't put bulk in here. So I'm going to keep this away from the edge. And I can trim the excess if I need to, so it's not a real precise measurement is what I'm trying to say. And get it somewhat straight. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and use this glue here just because I got it out. I don't have my glue book right here. I mean, I can use my pad, but it does get sticky. And upside down. There you go. Okay. Now I think this needs a little bit of something. How about see what I got cut here. Oh. Cute bird. That might be good. But that's going to be in a perilous way there. If I do that, I need to put something underneath it. Like that maybe. Yeah, that looks good. I need a little label too. All these little squares I kept, and you can use them, you know, like that. And let's see, I've got one more little bird here. But I think I'm gonna like that color there. That one's a little bit big. This is gonna work great. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of ink around the edges, just a little bit. And this also will strengthen the corner, so it serves more than one purpose here. Just want to make sure I don't have glue underneath there and it sticks down to the backing. Now on that, I want to get just a teeny piece of fine lace. Maybe. Let me see, just to give it a little bit of backing. It gives it just a little bit of a dimension and also a little bit of different color. Yeah, that'll work good. Okay, this is just a little bird that I cut out of that bird book I showed you yesterday. Ooh, coos of birds in there. Oh boy. Wished I had a scan and cut. Although I don't mind doing the fussy cutting, I kind of like to do it. Oops. Hold that down for a bit. Now, I think we need some little something going up here. What do we need? It's got to be a small something. Maybe some butterflies. You never can get too many butterflies, you know. That's my thought. Yeah, that one kind of brings the color up here. And we need a little bitty label. Let me see, I think I have some cut out up here already with some blue in it. Yep. Where do I want to put it? You know, I think it needs to be a little longer. Yeah. Just a minute, I gotta wipe my hands off. I can't stand that sticky. Okay. Yeah, we need a little bit longer tag. I think. Oh, actually, maybe not. some reason I'm not, okay. That's where it needs to go. Yeah. There. And then maybe we can put a different tag down here. Let me see what else I have. No. Nope, 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 nope. These are some little tags from my porch prints. Like, but that doesn't seem to have enough light to it. Can't be that hard, can it? Oh no. Okay, how about that one? There you go. That will work. And I think this one will work better. Yep. Okay. Do we need anything else? I think not. Number 7. And then we just need to put our little pockets in so we can get the bulk established. And that page is done. I cut these out. I'm just nope. Oh, it's too messy. Okay. So we got that page done. We just need to put something in there. Okay, where's my little box of goodies? Keep it neutral and soft. And I think that page is good to go. All right. Right. I have some, I'm not going to do that right now because, let me see what time it is. Nope, it's right at an hour. 58 minutes. So, okay. I think next time we're going to tackle this middle part right here. This is the old map, remember, I used. And need to decorate it up. I was thinking about using these here on this folded part and as a place to put a tag, what do you call it? A tag. Because these are real thin. They're printed on archive, not archive, I can't think of the name of the paper. I don't know why I might go blank when I do this. Can't talk and think. Anyhow, it's painted on thin paper, see? So it'd be good for a pocket. And I'm thinking about gluing those down there. So off camera, I may go ahead and do that. Just to save some time. When it's something real basic, I may go ahead and do it. Now, if it's something that's more intricate, then I'll do it on camera. So that's going to be our next little project. And then I have all kinds of tags I've gotten cut out over here. There's another one that's got writing on it. I may use right on one side, like so, yeah. This is something I was thinking, this is a little index card that you use in for index cards, you know. I'm thinking about using this and covering that like so. And maybe do something on the other side and use it for a flip. That's what I'm thinking of at the moment. So I put this piece of paper with it to kind of have it available so I don't have to dig for it. And then I cut out some different little tags out of some different things I had. Different papers. I cut out multiple size tags. I'm going to do something with this right here. I did that one. That's out of my little kit. Tracy had done this. And I don't know if it'll end up being too bulky, but I think I'm going to try it. She had cut I think a circle in one of these. And then she attached this to this piece of other tag, and then she took and made a journaling card. Of course, this is too narrow, but to go in there like so, it would be the right size. And then whatever she had on her journaling card would be shown through that. And then I believe she put a little tab on the journaling card. So I may do something like that too, but I've got to find a place to use it before I decide. So this card right here, I was thinking about using in one of these pockets. In fact, it might go pretty right there. Let me see if it's too big. Nope, it's perfect. So we could do that. Gives a little bit more color. I kind of like that better, since we got the birds there too. And yeah, that looks good. Okay. So we got those pages done. That page, we can either leave that there or move it around. On this side here, I had something in mind. I don't remember what it was now, but I'm going to probably leave this blank just because it's a journaling page. I may put a few more things, because when you put this in here, this is going to make it pretty bulky in here. This is multiple places to put things. And if it's too bulky, I may just use those little these little papers here. I just may use those in there, or something that's real thin, and that way it doesn't bulk it up too much. I would have to do this one over here for sure. I decided to put that on there, so I can go ahead and glue that off camera. I was going to put this picture on here and use it as a journaling card, and then open it up on this edge. And then I was going to put this over here. Again, use it as a tuck of some sort. This is another little thing I was thinking about doing as a clip it over the top of the page. Like so. Paper clip. One of those paper clip things. I was thinking about doing that, but I may not get around to that. I'm going to clip it together and just leave it together. I know what I had planned for that, but as you can see, it's already getting bulky. So we got that done. So let me test it real quick here, according to what we already have done, and see if it's getting crazy already. On this, okay. I don't even have my thing in here. Okay, we're attach this here somehow. I haven't thought about it yet. Probably using a belly band because it has to be removable. Okay, and then this will go in here like so. Yeah, you see it's already getting really full. Because you can only get so much you can squeeze that down in there like that. I may have to take out, since they're removable, I may only put one journal in there. I may only put one. And then probably just put one in and decorate the other one, and that will go along with the journal, but you can switch them out. That way I can decorate this one up. I can decorate them up more than you could otherwise. See? I'm thinking that's going to be the idea right there. Okay. I'm going to close it off for today and think about it some more. So I hope y'all are keeping up, and if not, that you're getting started and having some fun. And the one good thing is you can start whenever you want and stop whenever you want. So until next time, this is Barbie saying, have a beautiful day. Bye, 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 bye.